Good morning, everybody. We out here at the barn working on a self bow. A self bow that I made a while back, actually last year, or during the summer really. It'll be last year after a couple of days. This is 2 days before New Year, I believe. But anyway, when I made it, it was a fine shooting bow, but it had string follow. So I flipped the tips on it some, where I bent the tips, heated them, and it added a bunch of pounds to it. It shoots really fast, but it's more pounds than I can shoot comfortable and accurate. And I've just kind of got control over my shooting here the last little bit, and shooting a bow that is too heavy is the worst thing you can do. You try to fight your way through it, and I'll work into it, all you do is hurt yourself. Not really muscle hurt yourself, but hurt your shooting. So what I'm gonna do, it's got you can see where I curved the limbs, and it's got flat spots in them. I'm going to take a little bit of that out where it'll bend more in those spots, and it'll take a few pounds off, be comfortable to shoot. The bend of it will be a little bit better. I'm no expert at building self bows. This is actually the second Osage bow I've built. This is the first one I built all by myself, and I killed 3 deer with my first one. I'm proud of it, but I hope I can get a lot more out of this one. And one thing I'm not going to do is shoot, I won't shoot stone points. I'm going to hunt with probably Douglas fir arrows with steel broadheads. And it's not that I know though, I mean Ryan Gill, those guys, and Thad Beckham, they kill a lot of stuff with the flint heads or stone points. And like I said, I've killed 3 deer and a pig with it, but I lack confidence in it. And even though that we're here today because our ancestors killed stuff with stone points, I just lack confidence of it, and I don't want to risk losing an animal just so I can hunt with a stone point, if that makes any sense. So I'll be hunting with steel points, and it'll be the same arrows I'm hunting with out of my Howard Hill longbow. This bow actually shoots the same arrows, and they're too weak right now out of this bow. So when I cut a few pounds off of it, that'll probably bring those arrows in, and I can shoot the same arrows with it. So that's what I'm doing today. I didn't get to post a video this week. I had COVID that's run through the house again, and I had it earlier in the week, and I'm good now. Wasn't near as bad as last time. And my wife, she's on the downhill side of it as well, just in time to go to work. Thank you, good Lord. That'd be a bad sign to miss the New Year's, the first week of work, being sick. But thank you, good Lord, we're going to be able to make it. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a few pounds off of this bow, and I'm not going to show all that. I'm going to try to during the summer to build a complete bow. I got a stave and build a bow and match up arrows to it and all that. But on this video, you can see how many pounds is this one pulling, by the way, at my draw length? $50 pounds. It's pulling 50 pounds at 25. So if I can, my draw length is about 25 and a half, 26. So I can take 2 or 3 pounds off of it, and probably straightening those stiff spots out to make it draw smoother as well. And take a few pounds off of it, and then we'll take it around there and shoot it in a little bit. But right now, I'm gonna mark the flat spots on the underside so I'll know where to scrape. We're gonna take pounds off of this puppy and put it back on there and have a look, see how it does. All right, I had to come out of that hat. It's done warmed up for today. But we took the old bow. You can see where I've got the little shiny there, where I've took some weight off of it, and I evened the flat places out in it where it wasn't bending good. And so we've lost. It actually draws much better. I only lost about 3 pounds. It's pulling about 46 pounds for me, and lost 3.5, 4 pounds. But anyway, it draws much smoother. I guess when I even that bend out in it, and it made a big difference. And this is a fine Osage bow, I think. I shot 2 arrows a while ago just to see how it felt drawing, and it felt good, and it shot the arrow straight. So and I want to hunt with these bows, but like I said, I'll be using these Douglas fir arrows right here. But I like more of a long bow style. I see these guys build beautiful bows, and make recurves out of them, they are beautiful. But I like the longbow, and I mean it's slower, I'm sure, but that's just what I like to shoot is longbow. So this is a longbow. The limbs are straight. They tell me if it curves and the string is still touching the bow, that makes it not a longbow, a hybrid, I guess you'd say, a recurve. But anyway, you can see this is pretty much a D-shaped rig right here. But and I've overbuilt it. I've had so much bad luck building bows that explode. I'm building hickory bows and fire hardening them, and I'm sure it's something I'm doing wrong. I got another one in there, a hickory bow that's almost halfway through. I need to finish it. But I overbuilt this. It's too wide and too thick at the limbs. But I'd rather it stay together than be a little faster, if that makes any sense. I get some confidence in what I'm doing. Maybe I'll build another one a little more slimline. But I can tell already this is a 600 grain arrow, and it shot it plenty good. It don't take a lot to shoot through deer and hogs. And so what I'm going to do now is just like you should do with any bow. You know, I had a little video on gap shooting, how it helps you shoot better. And so this is basically a brand new bow to me since I've changed it up. The grip is different. The grip, I grip it about the same. But I grip it exactly the same actually, or I would make it be that way. But you know, it sets in your hand. It seems to be a shade lower. So anyway, I'll shoot and see what my gap is right here right quick. And I didn't go to the range. I'm out here in my own edge of the swamp here at my house. And I got a green leaf over there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna be eyeballing that green leaf to see where my gap's at. And right now I'm standing exactly 10 yards. So let's shoot this one arrow and see. Oh, that's pretty good. The shot felt good, and that's a pretty tight gap. You see the green leaf there? My gap is looking like it's going to be about this much, and that will be sweet if it stays that way. I'm going to shoot it out to, like I said, about 15 yards as far as I'm going to shoot it one. And with a primitive bow or with the fastest recurve I got, that's how far I'm going to shoot it one. So anyway, I'm going to shoot another arrow just to make sure that I didn't do anything stupid and that gap stays about like that. All right, I'm holding my point on a little green leaf. I'll show it to you if I can. It'll be after the shot and we'll see how the arrow hits with it. All right, let's see how we did there. All right, that's the green leaf. You see it below me right there. Below my arrow's right above it, and it looks like about an 8-inch gap. That's pretty sweet. The closest you can get your gap to what you want to hit, the much easier this is. You just bear down on your spot and make good shots like that. I'm happy with that. Alrighty, we're at 15 now. Let's see what our gap is at 15. Spider webs. And shooting at the same green leaf here. Let's see if we can hold her form and make a good shot. Looks like the gap stayed about the same. Yep. See our green leaf right below my arrow? Alrighty, let's shoot one more, just to make sure that I was on. And we're shooting here at 15 yards. It looks exactly about the same. Shot a little bit right then. I pulled it to the right. I felt myself snatch over. See my green leaf? My arrows, they might be an inch higher and a shade right. But it's about the same gap. So what I'll do now, and I'll play with the the further ones just playing, but I'll take the bow and I walk around here stump shooting now, and because I know about where I got a hole, and I'll shoot. I'll just shoot till it comes automatic, because this is the bow I'm going to hunt with, unless it explodes. But my Howard Hill style bow, I can pick it up. My Northern Miss, I can pick it up and shoot it right behind this bow. Everything's good. I just have to practice, get on my sight picture better. But I won't have to change anything. I really like this little bit tighter gap, and when we say it, the difference between the Hill bow and this one is about 6 inches, it looks like. And when I did my shooting with target panic video, I couldn't even begin to draw and hold the bow. I'm not holding the bow. When I hit anchor, it eats. But I couldn't do this stuff because I was fighting target panic so bad. And so, and part of it was being overbowed. And so now I've got where I could actually work on being a better shot instead of just getting by. I was killing stuff, hunting, making good shots on animals, all close, but really struggling to do it. And I had confidence, though, that I knew that I would get them, but they had to be close. And I still have that mindset. They got to be close or I'm not going to shoot. But now, as I told you in that video, gap shooting, I don't care what anybody tells you. If you go watch Lancaster Archery's shoot-off tournament they have, the gap shooters rule. I'm telling you, it's the most accurate way to shoot. And that's coming from a hardcore traditional guy that used to would like look down on you if you gap shot. Way back in the day, you go to tournaments, if somebody had carbonaires or they were shot 300 or gap shooters, it's like we didn't want to sit with them. How times have changed and how stupid we were back then, you know. And some of you older guys, y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm really happy with this bow. I look forward to hunting with it. Like I said, I'm not going to hunt with the stone points. Number one, I'm only shooting, I brought this down to 46 pounds, I think it was. And I just don't feel comfortable shooting like the big 10 point I saw this year hunting. I just wouldn't feel comfortable shooting with that. And I'm sure it would kill him. Ryan Gillen and Thad Becker would kill him all day long, but I don't have the confidence to do it, so I'm not going to. But I will hunt with the wood arrows and the steel points and have a big time. But making, a bow that I've made with my hands, that makes it really special. And this is a beautiful bow, And it's really, the first bow I made out of Osage that Mr. Dan Beckworth helped me out with, it had big knots in it and it had a lot of character. This one is pretty much clean. It's got some knots. It's got one pin knot right here that kind of scares me. It's actually two of them, looks like two eyes right there. And I really took my time going around that when I was getting to that ring, chasing the ring as they call it on this Osage. But this is indeed a beautiful bow. See the two little knots there? Can you see them? It's a pretty bow. I got to get some sealer on her now. But I think I'm on, the sun's out good and bright, not humid really right now. So I think I'm gonna ease around and shoot some and get this thing ready for hunting. Hope y'all, this is not much of a video, but I did want to show y'all my bow right here and show you what I did to it. And wish y'all a happy new year. And I do thank everybody who watches my stuff, I never would have thought that anybody would be interested in what I have to say about hunting, but I get a lot of comments and things like that, and I appreciate it. And I'll try to do better. A lot of things that I don't put out there, I take for granted that people know, and come to find out they don't. But I was raised to hunting in really a different generation. That these days everything is fast and quick, and people hunt over corn, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's legal if you're on private land, and it's convenient. Who knows, if I get where I can't walk them 2 mile treks in the swamp, I might get in me a club and feed some up there, I don't know. But I have a place behind my house. If any time my hogs come back there, they get fed. But the old style of hunting, of walking and hunting feed trees and finding funnels and things like that, it's not what it used to be. That used to be the only way to hunt until corn became legal. And so, and you learn a lot of lessons like that. But it's really fulfilling to hunt that way, especially when you got a bow in your hand, and even now a self bow is going to be really challenging. but it's not. I mean, I see plenty deer, and I don't hunt near as hard as I used to. And there's a lot of these young guys around me here that live not far around me here in these counties. They hunt the swamps, and they are killers. They kill a lot of stuff. So I would encourage you guys that think you got to be in a club or got to have a place to pour corn out. You don't. You get into this good public land. Spend some time in January, February, late season, learning it while the leaves are gone. Then grab you a bow and go hunting. It's fun. Thank y'all for watching. Happy New Year. Hope y'all the best.